And I went and called 911, and it starts from there. A nightmare.
Basil Payton says his brother Nathan lived on Grassy Creek in Morgan County.
He was fun-loving. He lived life the way he wanted to.
But that life was cut short by major health issues.
He was 45, way too young.
On December 30th last year, Basil went to check in on Nathan, but he wouldn't answer. Basil then found his brother's body in good condition, but a couple days later...
Well, when the funeral home went to pick him up, they said, "Oh my God, we've got a problem."
The lawsuit says that day was unseasonably warm and alleges Morgan County Coroner Raymond Van Cleve did not have privileges to put the body in a freezer at any local facilities. So instead, the body was left in a body bag inside Van Cleve's hot vehicle.
When they buried him, he had to remain in the body bag, closed casket. People actually got sick at the funeral from the odor that was emanating from the casket.
Instead of saying goodbye to their loved one, they were asking a question.
How could this happen to anyone?
It's one Basil wants answered to ensure no one else has to endure what he says happened to his brother.
It's not something that you put on a high standard like you would a sheriff or governor, but they can affect your life more than what anybody could imagine.
In Magoffin County, Jeremy Johns, WKYT.